How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall, and we have a special video today going to be talking about our first exhibition game against Western New Mexico. I made a video recently talking about the schedule. That came out exactly 2 weeks ago today, actually. It's a Monday. That video went out about 2 weeks ago, a little bit after the schedule came out, I think a couple of days after that. So I want to talk a little bit about Western New Mexico, kind of the history you have with them. We played them a decent amount. They're a Division II school in New Mexico, so a lot of times when we play against a lower level college that's not a D1 school, we always seem to play against them, whether it's an exhibition game or just an actual game early in the season. Like last year, we played them our fourth game of the year, and it was our second win. Beat them 78-43. Gave us a lot of confidence, and we got our first Division I win after that against Northern Colorado at home. That was when you could kind of notice that we were going to be a solid home team, and weren't great on the road, obviously. Hopefully we can fix that this year. But let's get more in the video and talk about the history of Western New Mexico and how we've done against them in the past. So obviously, them being a Division II school, we're obviously going to have the upper hand. We're leading the all-time series 20-3. We've won 18 straight. Last time we lost to them was in 1988, I believe. We won the first ever game against them. I believe it was 53-44. It was a pretty close game. I think one year we ended up beating them by like 70-something. There was one year, too, where the Aggies beat, I don't know if it was Western. I think it was another lower-level school. They beat them 104-30. Can't remember what school it was. But I don't really think it's anything too crazy to brag on. Like, yeah, 70 points is a lot, but it's like you are playing against a lower level school. I know last year, I think it was North Dakota State University, played against some, what was it? They played against I can't remember. They didn't play a D1 school, and they ended up winning by almost 100 points. It was pretty crazy for a college game. I feel like no matter what school you're at, let's say you're in NAIA playing against a D1, like more than likely, yeah, you're going to get whooped by 40 or 50, but just don't lose by 100. I think the biggest loss I've ever been a part of, pretty embarrassing. It was 8th grade. We lost 89-29, and it was my last game in Corpus Christi. I think I had like somewhere between 5 to 7 points or something. That was the biggest loss I've ever been a part of. I've been a part of some 40-point losses. I've also been a part of some big wins, like 50-point wins and stuff. So there's definitely those lopsided games for sure. But it more or less happens whenever, one team's just way outmatched. That's usually how my games were. I was either on really bad teams playing against really top teams in the city or the state, or I was on one of the better teams in a district playing against one of the worst teams. So that's kind of what it is, when a Division I team plays against a Division II team. And not trying to hate on New Mexico at all, but if you're at a Division II school in New Mexico, there's a lot of great D2 schools in like Texas and California and all that. But New Mexico, I know Eastern made the tournament last year for the first time in a long time. That's the first time, a Division II school or just a lower level school that's not D1 in New Mexico has seen success in a while. As I mentioned earlier, we beat them 18 straight, which means at one point, Western was leading the series 3-2. But again, that was back in the 80s and stuff. We didn't play them as often, but now we've been seeming to play them more often. I know we played against them in an exhibition game in 2022, and the Aggies won that. Wow, what was the score? I think it was 99-75, I want to say, won by 24. I remember Jaden Alexander on that team, who was a pretty good friend of mine at the time. I'm still cool with him. I still talk to him here and there. I actually made a post on him pretty recently within the last month or two or so. He had a free throw. He missed the first one, but made the second. Wasn't enough to get us 100. I remember Kyle Fight at the end tried to hit a three to make it over 100, but didn't. But the following game, we got over 100 points. We playing against New Mexico Highlands, which, this year we also play against Highlands, our first actual game of the season, which is on November 4th, which is a Monday. October 28th is when we play against Western. That's also on Monday. 4 weeks from today. And it seems like it might be a lot, but it's actually, I'm trying to think. What was that? So pretty much, I think that Labor Day that we had off, September 2nd, till now is about the same distance from today until the Aggies' first exhibition basketball game. Kind of get to see them in action. So that'll be super fun. Should be an easy win. I'd be surprised if we don't win by at least 20 plus. I would like for us, I'd feel comfortable if we won by about 30 something or more. I think that would give me a little bit of comfortability. Like I said, last year we beat them 78-43. Kind of struggled to start. I think we fell behind by like 5 to 7 points early, like 16-21, 16-23. But we came back and got on top. I know a lot of people were kind of upset at that game and saying that we should have done a lot better, but we still ended up winning the game by 35. I remember when we beat Southwest, we're like, oh, we should have won by more. But it's like, hey, we still won by 35. You dominate the team. You do what you got to do. Like we've seen in football, like a lot of FCS schools were putting up really good fights with the FBS schools, or we beat them. Like our rival UNM lost to their FCS school, Montana State. I can't really talk too much crap on them though, obviously, because Montana State's actually one of the better FCS schools, and we just lost to UNM, which was a crazy rival game. Please let me know in the comment section, even though it doesn't relate to basketball. Let me know if you're at that game. I was in the student section. There's a lot of fights going on. Pretty crazy stuff. I believe Texas Tech in football, they're playing against Abilene Christian 1-1. We only won our game against SEMO by 7. So kind of in basketball too, all those close games didn't happen. Like last year, we played against Northern New Mexico, only won by 5, but we have them back at home this year with a back-to-back. Who do we play first? Played them and then Southwest. I can't remember which order who we play first. Played both those teams back-to-back, so back-to-back straight home games against NAIA schools, which should be easy wins, but again, nothing's in. Well, I just don't want to say it's going to happen and it doesn't. There's definitely a possibility that it could be closer than it should be, kind of like last year. But I think with the team we have, I think we have some great guys that aren't going to let that happen. Zoddy Jackson being one of the best D2 transfers. I actually saw Zoddy and Deontay, the 2 players for the Aggies who are going to be really great players, probably going to start for us, honestly, and be top players in the conference. As well as I saw was a Coach Shun Buchanan, one of the assistant coaches, and then saw Terriante as well. Haven't seen Coach Huden at all recently, but obviously he's doing his thing, doing great things. I saw all 4 of those guys at Bubba's the other day. Bubba's has a really good deal if you're in Las Cruces or El Paso. I'm not sure if it's in El Paso, but I know in Las Cruces, Monday through Thursdays, or I believe is after 9, is $5 burgers and like $10 pizzas. And on the weekends, I think it's after 10 because they close at midnight. So those last 2 hours they're open. Really good deals. Speaking of good deals, my friends and I went to Dion's last night, which again, if you're in Cruces, really great food. Again, no, food's not the topic of the video. But the guy that was there, we were there a little bit after they closed at 9. They didn't mind it, but then the guy said he had a date, but he said he'd give us free pizza next time we go. So I think we're going Thursday. He said free pizza. Can't say no to that, right? I know when we played against Western a couple years ago, I think they had this guy on their team named Avalos was the last name, I'm pretty sure, which is actually the last name of one of my old teammates back in California. His name's Joe. The guy at Western, I can't remember his first name. I was just talking to Joe not too long ago. But this Avalos guy, I think he's from Cruces actually. So there's some, guys, a lot of guys from New Mexico go to those, smaller, lower level schools in New Mexico, make a name for themselves. But New Mexico State, we have one dude on the team, obviously from New Mexico, Marvin Cox, which I made a video on. But the rest of our guys are from out of the state. I mean, I guess Xavier Johnson, he's from, he was at NMJC, played in Texas as well. I'm at UTSA, so he's kind of familiar with the area. We have a lot of guys from all over the place. And I love New Mexico high school basketball. Obviously, I played and stuff, but it's just nowhere near the skill level as other states. So hopefully the Aggies can just show them what's up. I'll definitely make another analysis video about this game specifically when it's closer to, season time. And I was actually talking to my friend Jeremy. We talked about maybe possibly making a sports podcast. So I'll definitely let you guys know about that. I'm not going to do it for the YouTube channel. I'm going to do it for our own thing, but maybe I could always get footage of that and post on here. I think that'd be really awesome. Be a sports podcast, not just about basketball, but football, all sports at NMSU, soccer, volleyball, whatever it may be, baseball, even softball. Any sport you can think of that we have, we'll definitely talk about it, assuming we were able to go through with it. We have to talk to our professors about it. They definitely said it would be a great opportunity for us to do. I think him and I would do a great job with it because we're both really big on sports and we both know a lot of the athletes. So I think a lot of the athletes would be super down to do it. Because I know, like I said, I know a good majority of them. I'm friends with some of them. Some of them I just know of. Some of them know who I am, but don't, we're not like friends like that. But like, I think they'd be super down to do a podcast style video. I mean, maybe I can get on a video like this too. I know basketball season, like I said, is right around the corner. And for News 22 for the school, I need to do a basketball preview pretty soon. So I'm going to definitely look into doing that. Maybe I'll even do an interview. Maybe I'll get Coach Huden or Coach Terriante, some of the players like Deontay, Christian, Jaden, whoever it may be, try to talk to them and, see how they're doing and, get some more knowledge on how the season's going to go. Apparently the practices have been looking good. I was talking to Deontay when I saw him at Bubba's. He said practice is going really good and that they're looking like they're coming together. I saw some posts on Twitter that, I don't know who they were. It was like some college account. They're predicting New Mexico State to be 4th in Conference USA out of 10 teams. So can't really be mad at that. Sam Houston State, Liberty, and Louisiana Tech are seeming to be the top 3 teams, which makes sense. It's like Liberty in all sports. People just want to put them up there because it's Liberty because they're like the biggest school in our conference. So we'll see because they're supposed to be first last year. Had the same conference record as us, 7-9. We beat them at home. They beat us out their place. But they were projected to beat us both times, and we exceeded expectations for sure last year. So let's see if we can just exceed expectations again. Coach Huden always seems to exceed those talking too fast. Coach Huden seems to always exceed those expectations. Last year we were picked to finish 8th in Conference USA, finished 6th, so slightly better, but still better. And then the year prior, I think Coach Huden was able to take Sam Houston, and they finished 1st or 2nd in Conference USA when they were projected to finish 6th. And then the year before, I think they were picked to finish 7th, and they finished between 2nd, 3rd, or 4th or something like that. So they're always doing a lot better than what they give Coach Huden credit for. So hopefully he can just help the Aggies have a great and successful year. Definitely gonna improve. Definitely gonna be a team that can compete and have a chance to make some noise in the Conference USA tournament. With that being said, that's gonna close the video. Sorry if I look tired. By the way, I actually want to update you guys. I hit 225 on bench today. Super awesome. Kind of a funny story because I hit 210 for 4 reps for 2 sets last week, just fine and measly. And then today I tried to hit it for 4 reps. For some reason, I could only get it for 3, and the 4th one I failed miserably. And it really pissed me off. So I was like, I'm just gonna do 215 just to make myself feel good about myself. And I hit it pretty easily, and then I hit 220 pretty easily. And I was like, why not try to hit 225 for the first time? And I got it. Probably could have hit it earlier on if I really tried it, but I don't want to try and fail because I was scared of failure. But I got it just fine, pretty easily, honestly. I think I could probably do it for at least another rep, maybe. My max might be 230, 235, hopefully. Gonna try to work that up to 240 by the end of the semester. Just keep working on that. I'm just gonna keep working hard, just like the basketball team is on the court, and expecting a great season out of them. And I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm out.